Part 6. After the hair incident, she sat quietly in the room. She hasn't eaten all day and refused to ask Rafe for food. Then minutes later, she hears the sound of a car leaving the apartment. She looks outside the window and spots Rafe's car. Then finally, she stomps downstairs, barefoot. Hair still in a messy towel turban, wearing an oversized hoodie she found in her suitcase. She glances around the living room suspiciously to make sure Rafe isn't there. The plate of breakfast he made earlier still sits on the counter, heated and neat, waiting for her, her stomach growling louder than ever. She eyes the rice and soup like it's the enemy, then finally gives in. She picks up a spoon and takes a bite, then another, and another. In moments, the plate is clean. Then she walks upstairs, sighing in defeat, crumbs still on her lips. Serena. Fine. You win this round, Rafe, but just wait. This isn't over. Behind her, in the living room doorway, Rafe quietly watches her with hands in his pocket, one brow slightly raised. He doesn't say a word, just turns and walks away before she notices. Serena, now changed into a comfortable, but still expensive looking, in a hoodie and shorts wanders aimlessly through the house. Her hair is finally back to normal and dry, though still slightly frizzy from yesterday morning's disaster. And her expression is one of restless boredom mixed with suspicion. She drifts into the small guest room, peeking around the modest furniture and packed boxes, making a face at the plain decor. Then she notices a half-open drawer in the corner. Something shiny catches her eye. Serena, curious. What's this? She pulls the drawer open fully. Inside lies a velvet box. She lifts it out, flips it open, and freezes. Inside is a delicate diamond bracelet, elegant, understated but dazzling under the light. Her mouth falls open slightly before curling into a smirk. She shuts the box with a snap, her thoughts already spiraling. Serena. Oh, of course. Of course. She taps the box against her palm, pacing the room now with narrowed eyes. Serena, muttering to herself. So, he does have a woman. Figures. These silent and loyal type. She plops dramatically into a chair, her lips curling into a bitter smile. Always hiding a mistress somewhere. Or maybe two. What did I expect? Just because he acts all calm and obedient doesn't mean he's any better than the rest. He probably plans to ship me off and run back to her with my father's money. Serena, whispering to herself. Good. Makes my job easier. If he wants to play dirty, I'll bury him. Her nails tap rhythmically on the armrest as she begins to outline her mental revenge plan in full detail, still convinced the bracelet is proof of his betrayal. Meanwhile, downstairs, Rafe is in the garage, quietly helping the movers load boxes into the back of a small moving van. His movements are efficient and unhurried. A faint sheen of sweat clings to his temple, but his expression remains calm, focused, and unreadable. At one point, he pauses and looks back toward the house, as if sensing something, then shakes his head faintly and keeps working. Back upstairs, Serena stands in front of the mirror now, wearing the bracelet on her wrist just to see. It sparkles beautifully on her skin, but she scoffs and tosses it back into the box with mock indifference. Serena. Go ahead, Rafe. Lie to my face. I can't wait to see you crash and burn. She stalks out of the room dramatically, the faintest smile on her lips as if she's already won. While downstairs, Rafe keeps silently packing their things, completely unaware of the storm brewing above him. Later that evening, Rafe is in the garage, quietly checking the boxes for the move when his phone buzzes. He glances at the screen. Chairman, he answers calmly. Rafe, even respectful. Good evening, sir. Chairman, immediately worried. How is she? Is she eating? Talking? She called me, but you said I shouldn't pick. Is she behaving herself? He watches silently before answering. Rafe, gently, measured. She's adjusting, sir. Slowly. But she's fine. Chairman, still fretting. Should I send her something? Money? Jewelry? Maybe if she sees I'm still thinking of her. She'll calm down. Rafe pauses. He sits on the workbench and speaks softly but firmly, kind, not confrontational. Rafe, I appreciate the thought, sir, but that may not help her right now. A pause. Rafe, she's proud. If you shower her with more gifts, it might feel to her like you're trying to fix things with money. It could make her feel even more distant. The chairman exhales, quiet now as he listens. Rafe, calm, sincere. Let me try. I know I can't replace the life she's used to, but I want to earn her trust, even if it takes time. She's your daughter and my wife now. If it's okay with you, just let me handle it and protect her. There's a long silence on the line. Then the chairman lets out a low, resigned sigh. His tone much softer now. Chairman, quietly. All right. I trust you, Rafe. Rafe, gently. Thank you, sir. He ends the call and pockets the phone, staring up. Then he gets up and continues counting the box. Upstairs. Meanwhile, Serena has raided the bedroom in full force. All the boxes for the move are open, and she sits open-legged in the middle of the room, with a pile of Rafe's perfectly folded clothes scattered around her like a storm. She smirks as she knots his ties together, put his suit jackets and his clothes back to the hanger, and stuffs one shoe under the bed so he can't find it later. Serena, to herself, smug. Let's see how long Mr. Perfect keeps, pretending this doesn't bother him. She hums to herself as she empties out one of his drawers, even slipping a tiny perfume sample into his pocket, just to annoy him. Then tosses one of his clothes into the laundry basket and drapes another clothes in the hallway. Her stomach growls faintly, but she ignores it, keeping her chin high and her smile sharp. She catches her reflection in the mirror, a queen surveying her chaotic kingdom, and gives herself a little approving nod. To herself, Serena, this is just the beginning. Rafe, you think you can ignore me? I'll make you regret ever stepping foot into my life. Downstairs, Rafe listens faintly to the thuds and clinks above, his jaw tightening just slightly. But instead of reacting, he just adjusts his glove to continue working, quietly to himself. Rafe, softly, to himself, let her tire herself out. Serena is lounging dramatically on the bed in her silk robe, scrolling through her dead phone just for the aesthetic. When there's a soft knock at the door, she sits up slightly, suspicious as always. Serena, coldly, what now? The door opens. Rafe enters quietly, carrying a tray of food in one hand and a small bag in the other. He sets the tray down on the table without looking at her, and holds out the bag wordlessly. Serena, eyebrow raised. What's this? Rafe, simply, skincare. She blinks at him, then peers into the bag, and sees a full set of moisturizers, serum and face masks neatly packed. Her eyes flicker. Just a little, but she quickly hides it by rolling them, and setting the bag aside like it's no big deal. Finally, you did one thing right. Rafe doesn't comment. Instead, he starts picking up the clothes she sabotaged earlier, neatly refolding shirts, retrieving his missing shoe from under the bed, straightening the ties knotted on the chair. Serena, snapping. When exactly do you plan on feeding me real food? Or am I supposed to keep eating this thing you call food? Rafe pauses, doesn't look at her, calmly, and answers in that maddeningly quiet, patient tone. Rafe, if you don't like it, you're welcome to cook for yourself. Serena freezes, gaping at him for a moment as he finishes packing his things with perfect composure. Without another word, he picks up the boxes, gives her a polite little nod, and heads toward the door, then leaves. Serena stares at the tray of food for a long moment, her stomach growling loudly in the quiet room. She crosses her arms, muttering to herself indignantly. Serena, to herself. Fine. If that's what he wants. I won't eat it. Beat. Her eyes dart to the plate. Steam still rises from it. The smell of warm, buttery rice and roast chicken drifts toward her nose. Her stomach growls even louder. She glares at the door like she's making sure he's really gone, then crawls over and snatches a bite. Serena, mouth full, mumbling. Still tastes terrible. Another bite, then another. Then she's sitting cross-legged on the floor with the tray in front of her, devouring it while scowling furiously at nothing in particular. Serena to herself. Whatever. Doesn't mean I like him, or his stupid food. She wipes her mouth with a napkin, sits back, and mutters defiantly, Serena. Still better than starving. Outside, just down the hall, Rafe pauses by the door for a moment, listening to the faint clink of cutlery inside, and the occasional annoyed grumble from her. The faintest hint of a smile tugs at his lips before he walks away silently. A modest suburban neighborhood, neatly trimmed hedges, small houses lined up in a quiet street. Rafe stands behind the car, carrying a couple of boxes effortlessly. Then the car door slams. Out steps Serena, dressed in a designer dress, high heels clicking dramatically on the sidewalk, sunglasses, hair perfectly styled with her designer hat, her pink expensive fur and her manicured fingers as she surveys the neighborhood like she's just been sentenced to life in prison. Serena, muttering, "This is where dreams come to die." Across the street, a little neighborhood boy stops to pick his ball and stares. He points straight at her with wide eyes. Kid to his mom. Mom, is she a celebrity? The mom laughs awkwardly while Serena arches a brow and gives the boy a faint smirk before striding toward the house like she owns the block. Behind her, Rafe hides a faint smile and grabs the rest of her luggage. Inside the house is spacious, clean and bright, with furniture already arranged. Serena steps inside, heels clicking on the floor, and glances around, her lips curling into a faint look of disbelief. Serena, mocking, "Wow, you really went all out." Rafe quietly sets her suitcase by the stairs without looking at her, but she continues. Serena, holding her sunglasses. "Fine. If you're going to keep me here, at least hire a maid. I refuse to clean whatever this place collects." Rafe straightens up and speaks for the first time, quiet but firm. "Rafe, if you want anything done, just tell me. I can handle it." Serena blinks at him, momentarily thrown off by his calm approval. "Serena, fine. Cook me pasta, not too spicy, and make sure it's creamy. Let's see if your skills in the kitchen are as bland as your personality." Later, dining table. Rafe places a steaming dish in front of her. Simple but appetizing. Serena crosses her arms, eyeing it like it's an enemy, then picks up the fork. Her face immediately twists in theatrical disgust. She slams the fork down dramatically. Serena, harsh, loud. "What is this? Dog food? Is this the best you can do?" Rafe sighs silently, bending down to pick up the fork she dropped on the floor. That's when Serena, with a sharp glare, dumps the food right onto his head and shoulder. He freezes, still bent slightly, as the sauce drips down his shirt. Serena sits back, chin raised in smug defiance. "Serena." "Oops." Rafe straightens slowly, brushing the food off himself wordlessly. His eyes flick to hers, calm, unreadable. Then he simply picks up the plate, tries to wipe the stain, take off the apron, wash the plates. Internal. Serena, watching him from her chair. Let's see how long you keep pretending this doesn't bother you." He doesn't even glance at her, as he washes his hands and quietly finish cleaning the floor and table, and leaves her sitting there alone, her stomach faintly growling again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications to know when I upload the next chapter.